Alright, welcome back to Demon Slayer Episode 1, Part 2. I'm joined with Chastin, and we are continuing on. At the end of this episode, I will be getting even higher as we go into Episode 2.
So we'd love to hear.
You know, it's technical right now. People will complain, but, you know, after I get baked, you know, it gets worse. Dude's got... I don't like his eyes.
Yeah, he doesn't usually show emotion, but when he gets really pissed, he
It's called brooding.
It doesn't happen often, but when he gets really angry...
Mate needs to go to a brothel more often. He's probably just backed up from stem to head.
What's funny is there's a girl that likes him, well, she shows it in a weird way, and he just keeps ignoring her.
Means he's clueless, you know? Some guys...
No, he's not clueless. He knows. He just wants to be left alone.
So he's gay. He's gay in Japan. And he, like, what looks like probably, like, around right before the major war with Russia. I wouldn't put past it for the story. You know. My man. Also, why is he wearing a school kid's uniform?
It's not.
It looks like it.
So that black part is the Demon Slayer uniform, and there's kanji on the back of it.
Okay. Because it reminds me of, like, every anime school outfit I've ever seen, you know?
No, yeah, so that's their thing. It has the gold buttons. It's a very tough-made outfit. It has kanji. I don't know what the kanji said.
I do like the blue katana. That's pretty.
Oh, yes, that's also a cool thing. Your katana color depends on your personality.
What is it, like a mood ring? Are they melding mood rings into these things?
Not really. They don't know why they change based on the person. It just kind of happens. Because there are people with vastly different personalities that don't hold swords, but they don't really seem to follow a reasoning.
Okay.
But there is a whole thing that if you have a black katana, you're destined.
Okay, got you. Oh.
So they have meaning, it's just only the black one is explored with.
Yeah, makes sense. Also, did that man just stab her in the tit?
Yes.
My man, that's just disrespectful. Oh, I see the demon difference in eye, okay. Oh, a little bit. Damn. Respect to the man willing to kill another human being that easily.
And he thought of that plan that fast.
Yeah, that's cold-heartedness. I mean...
He's like, it's the only thing that might work, because he knew this guy was a swordsman. He couldn't beat him in a head-on fight.
I mean... At that range, yeah, I agree. He was very much at a disadvantage.
I was gonna say, you also saw how fast the guy moved with the sword. There wasn't a lot Tanji would do.
Yeah. But I gotta respect, it's not easy. I mean, that also concerned me what that kid's gone through, because, to be honest, like, if he's willing to kill that easy another human being, that's some impressive resolve.
I mean, he was, like, the nicest guy ever that just watched his family die right in front of him.
I know, but you'd think with the shock he wouldn't, or he'd still be, kinda... You know, hard driven from not to move away from his principles just because of psychology.
No, Tanji's whole thing, he'll kill, but he'll feel bad about it after. That's kind of his thing. He never kills a human in the series.
As of yet. I assume there's another season guaranteed.
Well, I mean, I've read the manga.
It's fair. I definitely can see that these are manga art. I think that they did instead of when they made the anime, instead of hiring on a anime team, they probably moved the manga artists mostly onto it.
Again, because it was a cheap budget. I don't think they could afford to hire a whole new.
Which is interesting because when the manga does well enough to be animated, like the studio who's doing the production usually picks them up and basically says, "Here, we're giving you all these people." So, and they give you a budget. But it could be also there might be an issue, like, internally with the production company and how it's ran. Oh, good. Dead people.
Yeah. And that's what his the back of the Demon Slayer weapon says destroy on it.
Gotcha. It's not creepy at all that, you know.
His mother saying to protect Nezuko. Yep.
I really don't, you know, when my mother dies, I really hope she doesn't just suddenly appear in my head and say, protect your cousins or something like that. I'd be creeped out more than anything.
I'd avoid my...
Yeah, like, what the fuck happened? I'm not going back home. Oh no. He's gotta go train with an old man. Go, little Goku.
Well, I mean, the guy's not old, but...
I mean, he described him as an old man, so...
Yeah, but old for this time period.
That's fair. I mean...
Here we go.
So he's burying his family, alright.
Yep. I found it. So the lowest ranked Demon Slayer of 10, which is 11 ranks from the top, was paid $2,980 a year, but they are fed, lodged, and everything. For free.
And was that at the time, like, the compensation?
Yeah, I just did the because they were paid... Actually, no, it's more like 173, so I did 73 more. It's about $4,000.
In that time period, or just rounded to modern
the
day?
equivalent of nowadays. That's what it would be.
It's not that much, to be honest. Well, I guess things were cheap back then, but...
It was cheap, and they got free housing, free food, free medical supplies, and everything else.
Fair enough. First episode's not bad. I'm gonna be honest. I can see what you meant because Chasta and I had a conversation prior to watching this. The first conversation was basically running along the lines of convincing me to watch this. Second portion was the part about the fact the first season's really slow. I've actually seen portions of the first season because I watched it when it was on Crunchyroll. Didn't care for it much. I got up to, I think, like, episode 4 at max, and then kind of was like, I'm done. And that was, like, 2 years ago. It definitely still is very slow. It's definitely one of these animes I wouldn't watch unless I was baked, at least for the first episode. We'll see how my opinion changes in the next.
I mean, episode 4 is where it starts to pick up, because that's where Final Selection is.
That's fair. So we'll start to see more, and like I said, guys, if you want to see this series, you know, us watch the full thing, we definitely will. I mean, I'm down. It's just we got to see some love for the series as we're kind of making more episodes because the Silent Stoner is going to be built around anime and gaming for a little bit and eating until I get everything else set back up. So, alright guys, we'll see you guys for the next episode.